What's up, guys? Today we're going to take a dive back to the past. This was a photo shoot that I had last year. I actually got the chance to meet up with somebody that I modeled my work after. Pretty much like a mentor to me. Just everything about his work, I pretty much fell in love with it. His name's Brandon Cole. He also does YouTube as well as Brandon Cole Photography. I'll definitely put that in the description. As well as Yaz. She's a model as well. Does a lot of dope work. I'll put her Instagram in the description as well. Make sure y'all go give her a follow. But I just wanted to show you all how I got to this image. So we're gonna start by going through the base file. We're gonna hop into Photoshop, and I'm gonna just go through each step, as to what I did. It's not gonna be an editing tutorial per se, but just going through each of my steps. Let's go ahead and dive into Photoshop, and we'll see how we got to this picture. All right, guys, so we're in Photoshop now. You see I have everything opened up, but everything is toggled off as well, just so we can kind of go through each of the steps. But as you see, I have my frequency separation, we have my dodge and burn, eye and teeth whitening, then we have a levels layer, saturation layer, and a gradient map with the layer mask on it as well. So we're gonna, like I said, go through each of these just so you can all see how I got here. But as I stated before, we're starting with our frequency separation. I do all of my edits this way. So once we open that, you can see off the rip, you see our face changes. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in real fast. Oops. So this is before and after. So a lot of people always ask me, what do you do? How do you retouch, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I'll make a video for you, which is already live. If you missed that, go ahead and head over to my channel, watch that as well. But just in a nutshell, it separates everything. So you have a texture layer as well as another layer, I believe it's like color is where people, like to say. But I look at it as texture, and then I do my blemishes on the other. So if I open this up here, there we go. You have a high frequency and a low frequency. The low frequency, and air quotes, is like airbrushing. So that's how you get your texture even around the picture. And then my high frequency, that's how I'm getting, small blemishes off of the photo, things as such. So like I said, if I do each of those individually, this is the blemish one, where it's real subtle. You can barely see anything. Her skin was pretty much good as well. And then the frequency one, that's the low frequency, sorry. That's where you see the big change of blending the skin tones. But yeah, that's that. And again, these actions that I use is from Prince Mason. If you're not familiar with who that is, make sure you go ahead and head over to YouTube, type in Prince Mason. I'll put it in the description as well. He sells all of his things on his site. Like I said, definitely check him out as well. Again, his name is Prince Mason. But like I said, that's the frequency separation layer. Next up, you see we have our dodging and burning. I don't really do too much burning, but I do a lot of dodging on my images. Dodging is basically, putting the emphasis on the highlights that's already there, or adding subtle highlights. So when I turn this on, you may see something here in the cheek, the nose. I always dodge the lips just to give it an extra pop, as well as on the chin. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this on. So as you see, this is before and after. It's real subtle, just gives the face an additional pop. That is my dodge and burn. Like I said, it's going to be real quick. It's dodge and burn. From there, we head over to our eye and teeth whitening. Now with that's basically just to bring out the eyes and the teeth as well. So I'm going to zoom in a little more. And like I said, once I click this here, you'll see how everything just pops a little bit more, even if I zoom out. So this is before, after. You'll see how her face, it brightens everything once you bring those eyes out and those teeth. It just brightens everything. So those are the three main things that I do on all of my images. Now you see we still have 3 additional layers left. We have a levels layer, hue and saturation, and a gradient map. So we're gonna start with our levels. The way that I use it, just head over to the graph. I always bring my highlights in, just to bring them out some more. And I always bring the shadows in as well. That's going to give this image a lot more contrast. So you see where it's at now. I'll go ahead and close this out. I'm just going to see before and after. Already a big difference with the picture. You see the shadows got darker, the highlights got brighter. It just separates things a lot more. So again, before and after. I love doing that to some images. I actually just started doing it not too long ago. But like I said, it gives so much more character to the picture. So I highly recommend, like I said, playing around with things, man. Always, if you have some downtime, just pull up a picture and start playing with different tools in Photoshop. You'll learn so much just by trial and error. From there, we're just gonna head over to our hue and saturation. Now, what I do here, I also learned this from Prince Mason. I drop the saturation, just drop it a little bit. Now, the reason being, I'll explain that with the next one, but like I said, we just drop that some. So as you see, this is before, this is after. It's very subtle. You probably don't even see a difference on the picture, but it makes all the difference with the next step that I do. I typically do it on dark skin, but it did work for this image as well. And that's what playing with a gradient map. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on as well. It just puts a little gold into the skin as well. So you see before and after. Before, after. The way that I did my gradient, you can get all of those from here. Click on the adjustments tool and you click on gradient map. I'm going to erase this one. But after you click gradient map, this is probably what you'll see. I'm going to go ahead and click into the box, go into legacy gradients and photographic toning. What I do from there, I use this gold 2 is the name of it. Your image will turn into this. Of course, you're going to play around with the blending modes. I'm going to cancel that because I already did it. I'm going to delete that. But once you have that, you put your blending mode on soft light, and then you play around with your opacity. If I turn this up to 100, you see her face, it basically goes gold. I'm going to drop it back down to about 18, and then we'll go about 22. We'll go about 22. And that's how you get that image there. So before, and after. So after that, like I said, just to show you all the overall image again, this is the before image, this is how it was, and this is where we are. Before, after. Before, and after. But like I said, I just wanted to take a second and revisit an old picture that I took, like I said, the later part of last year. Again, I appreciate you, Brandon Cole, as well as Yaz, for allowing me to join you all on this shoot. Like I said, links will be in the description below. Go ahead and subscribe to Brandon. Make sure you follow Yaz on Instagram as well. Always dropping dope content. If you're not already doing it, man, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, and share the content as well, man. Like I said, just share it, hit that notification bell, just so you know when the next video drops. I appreciate the support so far. Hopefully we can continue to grow this channel and see what else we do next time. But until then, appreciate you again. Check everything in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Appreciate you.